Hello, this is Tim Lancia, and I'm doing my video on the social media app. So I'm going to quickly go over the code, even though there's a lot. I'll try to go through it fast. Um, I'll kind of go over the app side, and then I'll go over the server side a little later. So in the index, basically the most important things is that we're importing client from GraphQL client. And then we're putting this app in the Apollo provider, which is basically the Apollo client. So we're just combining our app basically with the Apollo server doing that. Then we have the kind of queries, which like we did in MongoDB, we have these queries where we just have these preset kind of like searches, or not necessarily searches, but kind of how the data is set up. So this feed has all these things inside of it. You can, using GraphQL, you can select what you want from inside of it. Similar with the response, so you have the feed and the response. And that's just an example. Then we have these mutations, which, like, this is our posting to the database. That's what the mutations is. You're changing the database. So here we are pulling the text from like the new post. We're pulling the text, and if it has a parent status ID. So parent status ID is if it is a reply, or so if it has a parent. If it's a reply, it has a parent that it's replying to. So we have the text for it, and we pass in these two things. So we just have whatever the text is, and if it does have a parent, we get the ID. We pass the ID, and similar for like, except we pass is it liked, so it can read whether it's liked or not. Client, this just kind of reads the IP address and does the authorization stuff, but we haven't really kind of really glanced over that, saying that we did it before, and it's more going to be an upgrade. Right now it's kind of static. Then we have thread, which is one of the pages. But the main thing that we changed here was that we're loading the data from specific posts, and basically we are checking if the thread is liked. So we're pulling the data, and if it's loading, and then posting it all into this pre-built thing that he gave us. And then if it's liked or not, that'll depend if the heart's red or not. And similar to feed, is it's just pulling the data using the specific ID and checking if it's liked or not. And if it's null, or if it's loading, it'll say it won't return anything, so it doesn't have any like null information on it. All right, and then the last page that we created is new status. This basically is the post page where you write the comment and post it. A few things that we added to it was that it now auto refreshes the page. So whenever you post something and you go back to the previous page, where it'll show the post, and it'll auto show it, so you don't have to like refresh the app and stuff. But other than that, it's pretty much we're just pulling the data, and we're posting the data to the database and connecting its ID to the parent ID if it has a parent ID. Then we have the server stuff. So again, most of this is just authorization that is kind of static, but it can be upgraded at a later time. Then we have type defs and resolvers, which is kind of the two main sections of this app. Type defs is kind of like the schemas that you would see for MongoDB. So each one of these, like example, has two different things, ID and text, which are both strings that you can pull from this example. Same with users, status, query. These last two are a little bit different because they are mutations. So these are more of that are going to be posted to the database, and then these will be calling what is posted there. Then the resolvers is a lot of stuff I'm still a little confused on this stuff, but I'm kind of soaking it in as I go. Um, but yeah, we have the status, and it's basically just pulling in all this information that we want based off of the user ID, or the user ID, and yeah, there. So all this stuff is based off of the user ID. Similar to is liked, so if the user has liked it, it's stored under their likes, and you can see that sort of stuff. Similar to query, so you just have that feed, and yeah, it's just pulling the data, filtering through the certain things that we want to filter through, and then we're sorting it. Again, same thing with responses. It's just the same thing. We're getting the information based off the ID, and then we are posting it to the database. Mutation is a little bit different than the above because we are taking in the data and then exclusively posting it to the database. Here we are checking if there is a user, and if there is, then we're going to create a new status with a unique ID, and then we'll write to the DB and then return it so we can pull it back at a later time. And same with the likes. We are kind of see if it is liked, and if it is, then swap it, and if not, swap it back. And that's basically it for the code. I'm still kind of looking through it and absorbing more and more as I go, but that is it for the code explanation. And now I will go into the app demo. And here is the app demo. So you can see I've already have a couple new posts that I posted. Let's just do a new status. We'll say this new status, I don't know. Then we'll post it. You can see it auto updates. Nice spelling mistake. You can see it auto updates. Same with the heart auto updates. And we can go to it, new post. Say new post. It will post and it will auto show. You can like it, unlike it. You could like it on this page and it'll auto like it on the other page. Same thing. It all works. So thanks for listening.